We are now live.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Spoken Words with T and J.
I am T.
And I am Jay. And today we're going to be talking about his version of like what he went through with his brother and my part one of the video that I did, I talked about my sister. I talked about narcissism, victimization, how it led to narcissism, and how the devil can use your own family against you to keep you not only away from your destiny, but to keep you confused and to use hurt and pains to keep you in a toxic cycle. So he's going to be talking about his version of it now. We talked about mine. I'm going to be liking how big my belly look in these videos, man.
Yeah, we working on that.
Well, see, I just had a baby.
Yeah, she had a baby.
Actually, no, y'all. I had 2 babies back to back. I had my son in 2024. He was only 8 months. I got pregnant again. Yeah. I got pregnant again. I had 2 babies. So right now I have 2 under the age of 2. And my body went through, and then I had 2 surgeries back to back.
Yeah, we'll tell y'all about that too. It's
yeah.
Today been a busy day for us. I don't know how y'all week was going. I had 3 court dates, technically 4 in the last 2 days. So, but yeah.
Yeah, we've been going through it. We pray that the situation we're going through now turns into a testimony, and it will probably be the biggest one of our life. So serious. But it is very discouraging at times. And y'all, when God say long suffering, he means it. Like, that's why sometimes I feel like it's a little bit hard for people to stay on that walk with God, because they get tired of long suffering. They be like, no, I want a result right now.
They just want to give up.
Yeah, or they just want to give up. Like, this is too much. We're going through too much. But you have to remember what his word says. And it actually says in there that those who endure his long suffering, not only will they be restored, but they will inherit his kingdom. So this is something you got to go through. And let's just put it simply, me and him going through some long suffering. It's been for a while.
Wow.
And that's why I said hopefully when all of this is like said and done, y'all gonna need some popcorn for this testimony, okay? Because it's not gonna sound real. Even our friends and family that know about it, all of them say
it's like a movie.
Yeah, they be like, this is like a lifetime movie y'all going through right now, and it really is. But we holding strong. We have our moments. There be times where he be having to pick me up, and other times I be having to pick him up. Like, we pray for each other, we war for each other. You know what I'm saying? We encourage each other. You know. So
it's tiresome, it's stressful, like man, like when y'all hear it, like some people know what's going on.
Not the whole
shebang bang, like you know, but it's a lot, bro. And I'm like, man, most people would have gave up, stopped fighting, like you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that's
most people would have went on attack mode too.
Yeah, and that's the whole time we just been sitting.
That's what we've been told. God has been telling us, be still.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. We have literally just been having to have our characters attacked, being lied on, being persecuted. And I really do literally mean being persecuted, like in front of judges, in front of lawyers, like all of this. And God is like, do nothing. You sit there. You be still.
You can't do nothing. You can't say nothing. Even family, some family done persecuted me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it just be like, all right, you got it. You think you know what's going on? I ain't even gonna say nothing. The old me, boy, I've been ready. Y'all know how,
I know,
bro.
the old me too.
Like,
for those who, like my younger friends, childhood friends, y'all, I used to turn up. I would defend myself in a heartbeat. You ain't about to talk to me crazy. You ain't. I've come a long way. The old me would have turned up. Now, no, it's life. And when you want to walk, it's not right. It's not worth it. And with the severity of the situation, we know God got his hand on us. It's just, woo! This is our Job moment.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, go read the book of Job. Go read the entire book of Job and what he went through. Like, this is our Job moment for sure. We're living it. But that's not what this video is about. We just felt like we want to be transparent on our channel. Like, we're not gonna be the type to go up on here and smile and give fake. Y'all, I know y'all see it on our faces already anyway. We are tired. So, but we'll go ahead and get into it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it pretty much started like with my older brother and his children. Like, this the person I would have never thought would change on me. Because we've been through so much together, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the family, the ones that know the story of how we was raised and stuff like that, and I put some of that in the last video that I had did. But with the way that we was raised and stuff, the things we went through, you know, living in a homeless shelter together, being in the streets together, you know what I'm saying, living under bridges and stuff together. At a point in time, bro, like on some real stuff, my big brother was my dad. I didn't have nobody, you know what I'm saying, until all our other aunts and cousins and stuff stepped in. You know, so my brother practically took care of me when I was in Dallas, Texas, after my mom, you know, got an active addiction and stuff like that. Like I said, we went through so much stuff, man. Like, I remember those times, like I said, a lot of people don't know this, so some things I don't even like talking about or bringing up unless they're really close to me. I don't. You know, like I watched my brother get jumped in the game. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all type of stuff at a young age. My brother used to always tell me, I don't want you out.
How old?
Well, how old we was?
Yeah, like what's the timeline?
So the timeline back, I'm talking when we was young. I'm talking about like I'm like age 6, he like age 9, 10. Those type things, you know what I'm saying? That's where it started off at. For him to provide for me, you know what I'm saying? My brother started doing like stuff. I don't want to say what he was doing and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? My brother was doing stuff, you know, at a very, very young age, you know? And like I said, I watched my brother get jumped in the gang and stuff like that. My big brother always told me, why he was getting jumped into it? I don't want your fat doing none of this stuff. Because like I said, we was wild young kids. We was always fighting. Like we lived in a big old apartment complex. I forgot the name of the apartment complex where we lived at. And it was one full of Crips where we was at. And they had a shopping center in the middle. It was a Blockbuster, Jack in the Box, Subway. In Dallas, they called Kroger Kessels. And they had a Kessels right there. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side was an apartment complex full of Bloods. You know what I'm saying? So, if you get the picture what I'm saying, you get the picture what I'm saying. I'm not going to go into detail about a lot of that stuff that went on and stuff like that.
Wow. That's the whole point.
Okay, so the things that was going on over there, there's just some things you don't want to talk about incriminating. You know, but anyway, I get you. Like I said, my brother was selling drugs and stuff at a young age and stuff like that to provide for me and stuff like that. And there was a lot of times we was getting to it with the other gang. You know, we kids stuff, we fighting and stuff like that. Shootings happen. A couple times where my mother saved my life because they tried to execute me because they was like, that's J-Rock, little brother. They caught me going out the gate, about to go into the thing. My mom was in active addiction at the time. And two of the brothers of the dude that my brother was beefing with was all the same age. His older brothers was like 14, 15 years old. Pulled the gun out on me and was about to shoot me in the head. But my mama ended up coming up the alley with like, that's my son, that's my son. They're like, oh, Miss Tammy, that's your son? Oh, okay, boy, you good. They let me go. But the thing is, that was the rival gang at the other apartment complex that was across the other side of the shopping center. So I'm saying all that because my big brother knew about the situation. They tied me up to the thing, go all that, but tied me up to the thing, embarrassed me, all type of stuff like that. And me and my brother could have went to whatever they want to call it. They call that stuff? Foster care. We could have went to foster care and stuff like that with some of the situations and things that ended up happening. And through all that stuff, I'm saying all this because I would have never thought from them times when my big brother protected me and was there for me, for my brother to change on me. You know what I'm saying? So the whole childhood as we was kids and stuff like that, my brother was always close. Even when we moved back to Michigan with my grandmother and stuff like that, always was close, you know? Then my brother moved to Atterbury, Indiana, went to Job Corps and stuff. Like I said, was always close. But I started seeing a different change when we end up moving to Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? My brother was going through his own thing and stuff like that with his kid's mother and things like that. But it was a change, like, you know, and I didn't understand what that change was. But the change was this. My older brother never had a childhood. So he always felt like he had his childhood robbed away from him, which is he did. Because he really had his childhood robbed from him to take care of me. So during those times and stuff like that, you know, I would have never thought that my older brother was jealous of me, none of that type stuff. Because I'm like, no, that's my big brother, bro. That's like my pops right there. And like I said, when it started getting closer to us to getting adulthood and stuff like that, I started seeing it blatantly. I want to say a year and a half before I got married. You know, we went up to Columbus and stuff like that. Went to see my big brother and stuff because my soon-to-be ex-wife, she had family in Columbus. So we go up there. I told my big brother, he was living there at the time. We still living there now. But we go up there at the time, like, hey, bro, we about to come to Columbus, da, da, da. He's like, oh, okay, bro, I'll come up here, da, da, da. So as he was talking to, at the time, my soon-to-be wife at that time, he tells her, and I'm thinking it's like a compliment. He tells her, like, man, yeah, Tobias, man, he always could pull the coldest chicks. It ain't matter if he was little. It ain't matter if he was big. It ain't never matter. He could always pull the coldest chicks. And you know, I always wanted me an African woman. But here he is. He got the African woman. So me, I'm just thinking my big brother is literally complimenting me. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it at the time. When we leave, Hannah tells me, your brother jealous of you. I'm like, what? She was like, no, you're here. I was saying me at the time. I'm like, man, no, he not, bro. Like, nah, bro. He was just giving me a compliment, this, that, and the third. So now we fast forward to the wedding day. Now I told y'all about what happened with the wedding day and stuff like that. If y'all want to go check that out, it's one of the last videos that me and her had did together besides her videos with stuff with her sister. So as that's going on, he come up, you know, I'm starting to see the change and stuff. You know, my mom is, you know, I'm like, I'm not understanding the whole situation of, you know what I'm saying, why my brother is jealous of me or why he's showing these signs of changing up on me. So when he comes over to my house and stuff like that, he was like, yeah, little bro, you know, you really the big brother now. I'm like, what you mean, bro? He was like, bro, you doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm like, what you mean, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? You raised me. He was like, bro, you got your house, bro. You got your, you about to be married in the next couple days, bro. And my big brother knew that Hannah was pregnant with Miracle. And he was like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? And y'all about to have a baby, bro. You doing everything the right way. I'm supposed to show you how to do that. You showing me how to do it. I'm just looking at it as a compliment. I'm not even thinking of it as no
sideways.
No sideways type stuff. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, big bro. Hannah again tells me, she's like, he jealous of you. I'm like, no, he ain't jealous of me, man. What are you talking about? This, that, and the third, da, 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 da. She like, look, I'm telling you, he's jealous of you. So I'm still denying it because I didn't want to see it like that. Because like I said, we done been through so much together. I did not want to see that like that. Anybody in the world could have flipped on me. I wouldn't have cared. I would have cared, but I wouldn't have cared as much. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when my big brother flipped on me, bro, that broke me. And like I said, he showed it all on my wedding day. You know, that's when him and my mom wanted to be like, all right, cool. But when he was hurt because I said I took him out the wedding and stuff, he got every right to feel hurt. That's cool. You could be hurt. But it wasn't my actions that made me pull you out the wedding. But I still let you in it because Jabez gave you a suit. I gave you a suit. I still let you be in it. Still let you be the best man. So don't understand why you was all mad and upset. You was still in the wedding. Even though I did pull you out. But then when you got on that mic and said, when the whole family walked out, when our they called him the one that's the host. When the host got on that mic and said, let's talk about the groom, and then my whole family walked out. Like I said, you had one person come up, well, I've been knowing him my whole life. You know, he go get mad. I really don't care though. Poopy. That's my nickname. That's what I gave him. Yeah, I'm looking like, I'm not mad about you calling him out the nickname. but I'm watching how y'all act about this. Then after that, then my big brother get on the mic, talk about some, yeah, I don't know too much about her. I just met her like 3-4. No, I'm sorry. I just met her like 6 months ago. Bro, we was just at your house a year and a half before all of this. Y'all don't know nothing about her. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm his big brother. Da, 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 da. I just met her like 6 months ago. But I'm looking at you like, okay, that's what you go do? You know what I'm saying? That was at the reception. Now let's go back to the ceremony. You know, when y'all all go up to take, you know, all you and all the what they call them? The wedding party.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, so when us with the wedding party, we up there taking pictures and stuff, right? So my mom goes in the back. The rest of my family they go from the front, they sit back to the back. You know what I'm saying? So they sitting in the back and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? God rest her soul. Mother Tiny come up there, hey baby. She take pictures and stuff, getting a couple pictures with us and stuff, take pictures and stuff like that. And then everybody else is up there just taking pictures and stuff. And then my brother go say, oh, mama go last, huh? So I look at him. I said, bro, I don't care if she go last, first, whatever. I'm not running back there to her. Y'all supposed to come up here to us and take pictures. And you supposed to be up here. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Pause. My bad. We're back. You have to go get the food out the oven. But yeah, like I was saying, like, you know, my brother's like, oh, mama last, huh? And I was like, what? I don't care if she go first, last, whatever. I'm not going back there to go talk, take pictures. Y'all supposed to come up here. Matter of fact, you supposed to be up here with us. I think that's my second time saying that. But we had to backtrack because we paused the video and left off. Yeah, so, you know, after that, and he was like, man, yeah, whatever, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, I ain't even gonna worry about this. Y'all want to be up here wilding and tripping out on the fact that this is my wedding day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my family, though. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I expected my mom to act like this. So serious.
That's sad to say, though.
I literally.
But that's sad.
But I'm serious. I was prophesied to before my wedding that she wanted to ruin the wedding. That's why I didn't go off. That's why I didn't snap. Because I was already mentally prepared. But when my brother did it, oh, I was livid. Like I said, I was livid, but I ain't sure because I'm like, this her day. I ain't gonna ruin her day. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, in that picture where you see me standing, I'm looking like this with the turquoise blue and white on like this. I was looking at him because, like I said, when it came for the food and stuff, he knew about it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't tell me though that my mom said she wasn't go cook or nothing, and he was with me all day and watched me cancel all the people that said they was gonna cook the food for me. He was right there with me, but he knew the whole time. You see what I'm saying? So that's when I'm like, dang, now I'm starting to see that it really is like some jealousy or some kind of hate somewhere. Because it's like, bro, you right here with me. You ain't say none of this stuff. And like I said, when I'm like, what? I'm sorry. My brother was there in spirit, though. Same thing with E. E was there in spirit, too. They couldn't come. They had other situations going on. I told y'all, I never was mad at y'all for this because I understood the situation. Y'all told me what's going on. But when Trice came out there, this is the day before my wedding, and Booby came out there. Who else all came out? First it was Trice, then it was Booby, then it was Steve. They came out there. You know what I'm saying? Then Tim came out. Then, sorry. After that, my brother came out. But I was telling him what was going on. So Trice was looking at me like, bro, what? And then that's when my mom texted me like, Deron ain't tell you he knew. And when he came out, my eyes, bro, I was so mad, I was crying. And I'm just like, man, what? So I showed him the text before my brother even, you know what I'm saying?
Chance to lie about it.
And, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Trice like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because when I stormed out, you know what I'm saying? They was like, bro, what's wrong with T-Rod, bro? That's that old Tobias, bro. Somebody go get him. I know that look. And then that's when they all came outside. Then they was like, yeah, we gonna try to go to the club and this, that, and the third, bro. We can go to the club, you know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. And then my brother walked up and heard that, yeah, bro, they just trying to take you out a good time. I said, and nigga. I said, I'm working on off saying the N-word, but I said, man, you knew? Like, bro, you knew? Bro, I should. Whoop, whoop. I'm sorry, but that's how I felt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally like that's what I should have did at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, what? And I'm like, bro, you knew? You're like, what? And I'm like, bro, you knew? So I show him the text. And I'm like, bro, you was with me all day, bro. You watched me cancel this food, bro. You watched me. Remind you, this is Friday. Friday, you must say night. Friday night. We in the B-Dubs in Kenwood. And I'm like, bro, you just watched me this morning. Cancel this stuff. And you was at mama's house the night before. And you was with me all Friday. Didn't say a lick of nothing. Then you offered me all this stuff. Beforehand, I'll pay for this, I do this, and I do this. I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't gotta do all that. You good, bro. You ain't gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? Then the next day later that's when, literally, not even 24 hours later, when I'm at the Tux place and you just like, call me. Bro, you can get my Tux for me? I'm thinking like, oh, okay, just go give me the money, this, that, third. Yeah, I ain't got the money for it though. What? You said what? And Tommy is right there. Tommy is right there. I'm on the speaker. We at the Tuxedo place right then and there. I'm like, what? Tommy like, huh? Didn't y'all just come down here the other day? And I'm like, yeah, we all got sized and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Don't even worry about it, bro. I'm pulling you out. I said it just like I said. One of the bridesmaids dropped, bro. I'm pulling you out. Just like that. So when Tommy heard that, Tommy went straight back to the church we was getting married at. Tommy told him, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. So when I got there, you know what I'm saying, after the whole little riff-raff that I told y'all about, where, you know what I'm saying, my mom's like, you gotta come over. And I told Steve, like, bro, I don't want to go. Bro, it's gonna be drama, bro. You know what I'm saying? So as we pull up, I tell Steve, bro, sit in the car, bro. Don't come out. It's about to be some bull. I don't want you to get in none of this, bro. Because then I'm going to have to throw hands, bro, because you ain't got nothing to do with this. So Steve like, all right, boss, bro. He was like, but Freddie go be. I said, bro, it's about to be some bull. Just sit here in the car. So that's when I get out the car. Soon as I get out, my mom's already standing there. You wrong. You so wrong. And you this and you that. You know what I'm saying? Then Tori come out. Yeah, Poopy, you wrong. That's your brother. How you do him like that? Y'all just popping off at the mouth. Don't know what's going on, though, right? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, y'all do know what's going on because if one knows, the other one knows. Still to this day. If one know, the other one go know. So don't try to sit there and act like, oh, man, no. Y'all knew. You know what I'm saying? My brother could have told me about y'all not cooking and stuff. That's all y'all would have to say.
No, hold on. I want to intervene on this part.
Go ahead.
Because I've heard this story like a couple times before.
Mm-hmm.
First off, as a mother, right? If you say you gonna do something, especially for something as special as your son's wedding day, the last thing you should be worried about is like, oh, first of all, lying to him, but then you put that responsibility on his brother. What about you? His mom was the one who promised to cook the food. His mom should have been the one to tell him, okay, we can't cook the food, gave a viable reason as to why she wasn't going to be able to cook the food, and apologized in advance, not wait the day before or the night of. Like, that was calculated to me. Like, that was done on purpose. And it's like, I told him that he was better than me because I would have kicked my own mama out the wedding after that. And I told him, I said, when me and you choose to get married, because we don't know if we're going to do like a wedding or not, but if we so choose to, I'm not dealing with none of that. It ain't going to be none of that. I'll kick everybody out the wedding. Yeah. That's supposed to be a day about the bride and the groom. That's supposed to be their special day being ordained in front of the eyes of God, coming together as one flesh. And y'all make a fool? Y'all act a fool on his wedding day, and then y'all want to be the ones to play the victim? No, ma'am. That is sad that y'all couldn't even put y'all differences aside to celebrate something this man was doing, coming into union with his wife. So I'm sorry, no excuses for Aunt Tori, no excuses for your mama, no excuses for your brother. They was dead wrong for doing what they did. And I'm pretty positive if it was their wedding, they wouldn't want anybody acting like that at their wedding. Or lying to them and deceiving them just because they have some secret hurt in their heart about the actual occasion. It's like, have some respect. My mama would have never did nothing like
and
that.
And the thing is this. Out of all three of them, me and Aunt Tori, we sat down and talked about all of this. It was a lot that she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Aunt Tori, we talked. We know what was going on and stuff like that. And like I said, I forgive y'all. And that's why I said, but she was the only one out of them three that actually sat down and talked to me. Matter of fact, 2 years ago to this almost exact date, she sat down and talked because she didn't understand. Okay? And like I said, it's not going at her or anything. Like I said, we don't talk. Because like I said, it was a lot that she didn't know was going on. And I told her, I was like, no, I wasn't mad at you or anything like that. I was mad at the situation, how you handled it for sure. But I wasn't per se mad at you. And she felt like we treated her slight and stuff like that at the wedding and stuff. And I'm like, no, we didn't treat you slightly or nothing like that at the wedding and stuff. Like I said, my mom was saying XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And doing XYZ along with my aunt too before they moved back to Chicago. So it was a lot of stuff that was going on behind closed doors, like I said, that I never talked about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when Aunt Tori and Aunt Jep, when we all came down and stuff like that, when everybody came down, Aunt Dawn, Aunt Robin, Aunt Mel, everybody came down for Muzz Talia's funeral and stuff like that. And I booked the hotel room with them for 2 or 3 days or whatever. And we sat down and talked. Nobody didn't know what was going on. But at least Tori always like, Poopy, come here. Let me holler at you. What's going on?
Well, until recently.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. But
no, that was...
Yeah, but...
Like I said, when we tell this testimony, it'll be a little different. Because like I said, I don't know his family that well, but... Mm-hmm. Let's just put it this way. In being in a situation that's very serious, there are some family members that I can say showed certain sides of them to me personally that were not okay and that were not of support, not even a little bit. And I did tell him about some of that, and that I was like, they won't be at our wedding. I'm honest. Will not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I said, from that aspect and stuff like that, we'll go more into detail about that once all this stuff clear up. But yeah, it was stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But she was the only one. That's tragic.
That's our daughter on the baby monitor.
Sometimes she waking up. She really sleepy. We just put her down right before we started this video. So it's just probably just fighting her sleep right now.
She's definitely fighting her sleep. She more than likely finished her bye-bye.
But yeah.
And she wants to come pick her up.
But yeah, like I said, it was just like, she was the only one that really came and talked to me after the fact of everything. And I explained everything to her clearly. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, wow, like I know. But like I said, it's a lot of stuff that won't get explained because it's going to get pushed one way. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, all my mom's first cousin, they grew up like siblings and stuff like that. So it's going to be easier. And she's the second oldest out of all of them. So it's going to be easier for her to persuade them in the way that she wants to persuade them. You get what I'm saying? So when we sat down and talked about everything, it was just like, oh, dang. And like I said, when I come around in the room and stuff like that, what they do? They go.
Beyond.
They gone. They can't even face me. You know what I'm saying? Because they know I know the truth. They know. They don't want that. Like I said, narcissists don't like what? To be exposed. So when it's time for the exposed for that truth.
Stop clapping, sir.
Sorry,
You're loud.
my hands
like
is
his
big.
Echo's so loud. It's like cling, cling, cling.
My hands is huge.
In my ear.
I'm sorry, babe. But I am getting a little bit off topic, but I'm just giving y'all like the back history of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, just seeing all that stuff, my brother doing all that stuff. And I'm like, dang, bro, not the one person. I'm watching him change on me literally 3 days before my wedding, 2 days before my wedding, the day of my wedding. I'm literally watching this like, dang, like you really, oh man, come on, bro. And so, like I said, when I seen him with that picture and stuff like that, now I did give him like $900, or I didn't give them $900. I gave him $900 worth of food. Shout out to Barb. Barb gave me like, bro, you always been there for me, bro. Here, take this, bro. Go ahead, go spend $900. That's how we got all the food from Sam's and stuff like
They
that.
kept it.
They kept it. This is
They
like,
took the food, didn't cook the food,
They didn't-
and kept the food.
and so the stuff that they did cook, it was spaghetti and salad. That's what that, you know what I'm saying? That's what they cooked. You know what I'm saying? Because there was, oh, I already know, we can't do this to Poopy and stuff like that, da-da-da-da-da. So that's what they cooked. When I say I bought racks of ribs and stuff from Sam's Club and stuff, I mean, you know how Sam's, all they stuff is about a bundle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was for a wedding.
Yeah, it was for a wedding. So you know,
make sure you had enough for everybody.
you know, $900 back then.
Woo.
$900 back then. We ain't talking about 2020. We ain't talking about 2014, 2015. You know what I'm saying? 2015. But y'all get the picture. But yeah, so it was just like, and after that wedding, like, you know, after the reception and stuff like that. But go back to the picture. When I seen that picture, and I'm standing there taking a picture and just taking a picture, I'm looking at my brother because this pan of spaghetti that he has done flipped open and the pan is smacking him in the face. So I'm looking at him like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm cussing him out in my head. I'm being straight honest. I'm cussing him out in my head. Like, I got my foot on that wall. Like, but I'm looking like this. But I'm literally cussing him out in my head, but I'm slightly laughing too because the pan is busting him in the face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, and he like, you ain't gonna help me? I'm looking like, bro, and I'm like, bro, I ain't helping you with nothing, bro. I should punch you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this while she's taking the pictures and stuff like that. Now, slightly backtrack when we got out the limo, right? At the time, my ex-wife, her dress was hanging on the ground. Tommy McBride told my brother, he's like, bro, you ain't gonna help your sister-in-law with her dress, bro? Because I had like Sam in one arm and I had like his clothes and other stuff in the other arm, so I couldn't carry the back of her dress. My brother was like, and Tommy was like, bro, really? Your little brother talks so highly about you, and this what you do, bro? Don't even worry about it. I'm his big brother. And grabbed the back of her dress for her. And I'm just sitting there looking, and I'm like, bro, my brother is really changing on me. I didn't do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? You want to go get her? You go get her.
She'll go see. I just did this earlier. What do you tell me?
I mean,
no, don't baby her. He be telling me don't baby her and get her all the time.
Y'all don't hear her like.
She does this all the time. She is not screaming.
She's screaming, mommy and daddy in my
ear. She is not screaming.
That's how I hear it.
No. It's because we're filming.
That too, but I still just hear her
Babe, you don't act like this, and don't change the camera.
I ain't changing
the
camera.
Any other time you be like, she's alright.
But I'm just like, she's like, I'm like, okay. But yeah, so it's like.
Go ahead, you can keep talking.
But yeah, so it was just like, it was like, man, it's just like once you see that unravel, I'm sorry, we got a lot of stuff going on right now, but just seeing that like unravel in front of my face, bro, it was like, it was heartbreaking. Like, what, bro? Like, you really feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, like I said, I pulled you out the wedding, but I still let you in the wedding. You just had a different colored suit. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I do want to say is way back, because we had to move our wedding from October 2014, all the way up into May 2015, because at the time, my grandma said she was going to have surgery and stuff. So that's the reason why we pushed our wedding back. Because, you know, some people out there like, they moved their wedding 3 or 4 times. And we moved our wedding once. We moved it from October to May of the next following year. You good? Go ahead. We moved it from October to May of the next following year. And that was because my grandma had surgery and said she wasn't going to be able to come. So that's why we pushed it back, you know? So, like I said, just sitting there, just watching that junk unfold like that from everything me and my older brother went through and stuff, it was just like, dang, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And then to see it at the reception too, when he said what he said and stuff like that, I never forget. Once we got done, like, you know what I'm saying, getting all the stuff together and stuff like that, and at the time we was selling LHR, like the clothing line and stuff like that. And I had shirts and hoodie at my mom's house. I had a key to my mom's house. After that reception and stuff like that, I never forget. I went over there. It was my mama. It was her girlfriend. I'm not gonna mention your name. Just to protect the party. But it was her girlfriend, my brother, his girlfriend, somebody else there. I think my cousin was there. Somebody else was there. You know what I'm saying? But I walked in there, you know what I'm saying? I got the key, unlocked the door, and my mom looking at me like this. They looking at me like they got a problem with that. I'm like, I'm getting my boxes. Here you go. Here your key. Y'all won't hear from me again. And I meant that. Like, y'all will not hear from me again. You know what I'm saying? They like, what you at? I'm gone. Here go your key. And I walked out. I left with my 2 boxes of LHR clothes. We had like shirts in one thing and like hoodies in the other, whatever. Took the boxes, put them in my car. I left. That was all May 23rd, 2015 when I did that. That was the same day as the wedding. We had just got married and stuff. But after that, that's when the dynamic changed. And I'm like she said, you gonna need me before I need you. That's what Mama told me. And I'm gonna turn this whole freaking, she said the other word, family against you. And from that day forward, I said, whoever do, and this is my Lord, I'm not gonna cuss, but I said, F y'all. If you go with that, go ahead. I don't care if y'all come talk to me. If y'all go run with that, y'all run with that. And like I said, that's why I never came around. Because she had her claws and whoever she had her claws into. But as a mother, to hear that from a mother, you hear that from your mom, you go need me before I need you, I'm going to turn your whole breathing family against you. That was what's told to me. On my wedding day before I got married. And like I said, she came in all with Mary, fake crying and stuff. It's a true story. You know what I'm saying? So then, years later, cousin get murdered. For the ones that know, they know that was like more like a little sister. Before all this happened, bro, like, Hannah told me, she was like, seeing your family, it was all coming to apologize to you. She was like, somebody passed away, but they was all coming to me, they was wearing black. She said, they was all coming to say sorry to you and stuff. Right? And I never forget this day. I'm sitting at home, I'm telling y'all this for a reason. I'm sitting at home playing 2K. Sitting there playing the game, my boy Brooklyn Lee, like, hey, y'all, I'm about to take like a 15, 20 minute intermission, bro. About to take a break, bro, But we gonna stay in the party. I get on Facebook, get my phone, scroll on Facebook. You know, check your people's posts. I just see it here in Cincinnati. Check on your people, somebody out here on Westward, I want to say the street name, tongue just get twisted out. Out here on this street, check on your people. It's about to share it. At the time, I just heard, don't share it. At the time, it was a spirit God telling me, don't share it. Don't share it. So I didn't share it. right? That was Saturday night. And I stayed up playing the game all the way up to Sunday morning, probably like 2 in the morning and stuff. Go to bed and stuff. Wake up. My phone just ringing. But we getting the kids ready for church. My phone just blowing up. It's downstairs. Now we have flat TVs, but in the living room, not in the living room, but in the dining room, we had a big box TV, one of the old school ones. My phone is on top of there, but I hear my phone going off. I'm like, we get the kids ready for school. I'm not school, kids ready for church and stuff. It ain't that important or whatever. So when I get my phone, I'm seeing 989 numbers, missed call. I see Tori them called me from Facebook and stuff. Now, mind you, I ain't seen my mom. Well, I seen her a couple times, but I ain't talked to my brother since. You know what I'm saying? So this was going on, almost going into the 4th year. I ain't said nothing to my brother, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? But my mom, I've seen her a couple times, talked to her on the phone and stuff. I done told y'all about that story and stuff. So when I see the 989 number, then I hear on Tori voicemail, it's been a tragedy in the family, call me. And I'm like, bro, my heart dropped. And I'm like, if she calling, look, at that time frame, I'm like, man, what is going on? I'm thinking something happened to my grandma at this point. I'm just being honest. So when I call her back, she like, Tobias? Poopy? This Tobias? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not understanding why she sounds surprised at this time. I'm like, yeah. She was like, yeah, okay, I okay. But it's you. I'm like, yeah. She was like, your Aunt Tracy? First, no, she's like, your cousin Tracy, but she know I call her my aunt. It's like, your Aunt Tracy? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? She was like, your cousin was shot and murdered last night. And I'm like, what? And she was like, Darian. She's like, I know that's like your sister. And I started crying. I threw my phone so hard that the speaker had popped on the phone. So I'm like, what? All I heard was, Poopy, stay in this house. Take your family to church, Poopy. Don't you go out here in these streets, Poopy. Don't you go out here. Do you hear me? What would your grandfather say? What would your grandma? What would Nana say? Poopy, take your family to church. You promised me that. Do you hear me? I didn't say nothing. She said, Tobias, Rakim Roberts, do you hear me? I said, yes, ma'am. Now, I'm saying that to tell you about a dream I had. So, after that stuff passes over on the phone and stuff like that, I take the family to church and stuff like that. So as the family's getting funeral arrangements and stuff to come through and stuff, my little cousin Tyler come up. He's like, hey, cuz, I'll be up here, da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, word, for real? I'm like, all right, let me know, bro. I got extra room in my house. Y'all come in my house. So they come to my house and stuff like that. Now, something kept telling me, I didn't know the colors that they was going to be wearing. Something kept telling me to wear like light colors. Like I had like a light lavender shirt. I was going to wear like some lavender pants, some lavender shoes. That was my original plan, what I was going to wear to Darian's homegoing. So as I get there, you know what I'm saying? I wake up that morning, go to sleep. As I go to sleep, I have a dream. It's my brother knocking at the door. Now, mind you, I haven't talked to my brother, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I see my brother, he at the door trying to block me from going somewhere. But I see Tyler with his wife and a daughter in the car. I'm telling y'all can ask Tyler this. I'm telling him this dream before this happened. I'm like, bro, this is my dream. And I said, hey, y'all go ahead. And I throw my hand like this. I'll meet y'all there. With my left hand, like, I'll meet y'all there. You okay? I got hair on it. It's probably your hair. Oh, so when I tell Tyler and his girl, there was his wife and their daughter, and I'm like, hey, go ahead. I'll meet y'all there. Right? So as we're going, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll meet y'all there. But I'm like, I wake up that morning. I wake up like 5 in the morning. I take a shower. And like I said, something kept telling me to wear this light purple stuff that I was wanting to wear to begin with. So I get dressed. I'm wearing all black. I tell Tyler, I'm like, look, Hannah go stay here with the kids. Our kids is too young. We don't believe in bringing kids to, funerals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I said, they're babies and stuff like that. We're not going to do that. I said, so Hannah go stay back with the kids. If y'all want to leave your daughter here, she can stay here with Hannah. You know what I'm saying? My little cousin, you could tell at first, he was like, huh? I'm like, cuz. So I broke it down to him like, oh, okay, I understand. You know what I'm saying? So they left the baby there with Hannah and stuff like that. And I was like, I'll come back and get Hannah and the kids when we go to the reception. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So as we go, that I don't think so. Hold on. All right, I'm back. But yeah, so as we go further on, I get dressed and stuff like that. And like I said, I ain't talked to my brother almost 4 years now, So when I tell Tyler about the dream, Tyler like, for real? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what he blocking me from. And I'm like, he was at my front door. So I'm thinking they trying to block me from going to the homegoing of our cousin. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So get there, like, you know what I'm saying? God showed me, I ain't gonna talk about the dream, but God showed me what happened and stuff. But anyway, as we starting to go on, and I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. I'm dressed already, so I'm waiting for Tyler and his wife to get dressed. So, you know what I'm saying? We get in separate cars. I'm like, yeah, y'all can follow me. Like, sorry about that. But yeah, so the dream that I had, like, God showed me in the dream how my cousin was sitting and how she passed and stuff like that. But overall, it was like, once we get in the cars and stuff to go to our home and stuff like that, the closer I got, the more I just started crying and stuff like that, But when we get there and stuff, like I said, I ain't talked to my brother and stuff like that in almost 4 years. So when he comes and me and Tyler come in, Tyler like, hey, cuz, anybody on anything, cuz I'm with. I'm like, nah, Ty, just chill, bro. It's okay. Just let it be. And he was like, you already know, bro. You know who I'm here for, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know, bro. And at the end of the day, they go cut up, but I ain't finna feed into none of that stuff. So when I get in and stuff like that, my brother comes up to me. Bro, this is how he got his hand.
No, that's Aisha.
That's so me and Aisha was all talk. My brother talked to me, come up to me, talk about speak crimes. Bro. He got his hand way back here, told him, bro, like crying. I'm like, man, bro, you don't get out of my face, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like fakeness. Lord forgive me. I forgive him for it. But at that time frame, I don't like fakeness. Because it's like, bro, you could have hit me up. You could have did anything. Bro, I done had the same number for years and stuff like that. And that's why when Aunt Tori was like, you still got the same number and this. And I'm like, yeah, I got the same number and stuff. Not knowing my mom to sit there, told these people, I done sat there and blocked them, changed my phone number and stuff like that. So when Tanya hits me up saying, baby, I tried to reach you before it hit Facebook and you found out on Facebook about your sister and stuff like that. I'm like, you good. She was on vacation at the time. And I'm like, you're good, Aunt Tanya. You're good. You ain't got to worry about that. I still got the messages to prove it to this day. And that's why she was, bless you. Bless you, baby. So, like I said, she hit me up on Facebook, on the Messenger. And I was like, no, it's cool. And then she was like, yeah, they were saying that you changed your number. Your mom said it from your grandma that you had changed your number and this. I'm like, bro, I just talked to my grandma last week. Like, no, I didn't change my number. I still had the same number. And I said, that's why Aunt Tori sounded so surprised. I didn't know at the time why she was like, Tobias, Poopy, this you? I didn't know. But Cousin Tanya gave me the confirmation that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's why she sounded so surprised. I'm like, look, condolences. I'm going to hit up on Tracy, this, that, and the third. I don't expect y'all to hit me up with none of the stuff that's going on, you know what I'm saying? I said condolences to y'all, to the rest of the family, you know what I'm saying? She was like, babe, I just had to reach you before you found out on Facebook. Okay? So now, go back to when we going to the homegoing services at the church. And I told you my brother, bro. And I'm like, bro, man, you don't get out of my face, bro. Tyler just pulled me to the side, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Pull me to the side. So we go sit over with our other cousin, Brianna. So we just over there just like, all right, whatever, bro. We over here. Then my other cousin, Tierra, she came in on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I think she was there for a concert. You know what I'm saying? At the point of time, she still came to the funeral and stuff like that. And so we just sitting up there. We just all just chilling and stuff like that. Then my mom told us, Boopy, come on over here with us. Come sit with us. And like I said, I don't like fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and try to act like you is, oh, we've been talking, that's my son, and we. No. I'm going to stay right over here. Y'all can sit over there. You know what I'm saying? Did some of my family treated me differently? Of course. Somebody, they ain't want to shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? Tobias. You know what I'm saying? I ain't did nothing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else got hugs, and you know what I'm saying? When it was me, Tobias. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all wanted to change on that. Y'all changed on that. You know? Yeah, it hurt, but I was just looking at it like, it is what it is, bro. I'm here for her. I don't want to see her like this. My little cuz said, just grab me so tight, like, cuz. I know. And to see my little cousin that strong, you know what I'm saying? It made me feel like, dang, bro, that's your older sister. You just lost your dad last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Tracy. Just seeing how strong they was and singing and stuff. And I'm like, man, like, bro, it showed me a whole different type of level of strength. You know what I'm saying? And I commend them to this day. Like, man, I was just like, so in like, wow, you know? But the dream, go back to the dream. Now I go back home, we go get the kids and stuff. So as we go get the kids and everything, you know what I'm saying? Now we head up to the reception and stuff like that, you know? Not the, whatever, the after services of the homecoming, her homecoming. So we go there. And everybody, I've been crying all day and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Now we go back to Aunt Tracy's house. This where the dream comes in. My brother and everybody about to leave, like, hey, we about to go to Chewy's. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to eat, bro. I got a headache. We got family from Saginaw here. We got family from Texas here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I don't even want nothing to eat, bro. I've been crying all day, like, you know what I'm saying? And so we in Aunt Tracy's, like, second dining room. We in the other dining room. I'm there with the kids and stuff. And you can see some of my family is acting funny with me. I've been trying to bite my tongue, but it come to a point where I'm like, bro, I don't care about how y'all feel towards me, bro. And I'm saying this out loud. My cousin Brianna's just looking at me like, oh, snaps. And I'm like, bro, I don't care about how y'all feel about, like, bro, I ain't did nothing to none of y'all, but if y'all want to take that side, y'all can take that side. You know what I'm saying? But when I start speaking and stuff, it's just like, oh, man, like, what the heck? Then I remember this dream. Like I said, baby don't talk to me and stuff. I can't leave dreams out. Before all of this, before Darian passed, I seen somebody standing on a balcony kind of looking like over me, but it was no face. And it was just red curly hair. While we in Aunt Tracy's other dining room, I look up. And I'm like, oh my God. That was Darian. That I seen the hair in the dream with no face. That was looking down on the balcony. And on his pictures, we got pictures on his balcony where we took them at. But as a time before we took them pictures, I was just in there and I looked up and I told Hannah, like, that's that dream. That was Darian. So I had Miranda draw a picture of Darian with the red hair and stuff like that. And before I even got it done and stuff, I sent it to Muzz and Tanya, like, what you think about this? I'm getting this for Aunt Tracy and stuff like that. She was like, oh my God, baby, that's beautiful. And I told Aunt Muzz and Tanya why I got that picture. Because I seen a face. I seen the somebody with no face with the red curly hair was looking down over me on the balcony. And I was like, oh, that was Tyrion looking down at me on that balcony. That was her spirit. And I was like, I understand. But yeah, now, as everybody told us to go to Chewy's and stuff, everybody about to get ready to leave. So I really don't want to go. I just want to go home at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to really be around nobody, no nothing. All my cousins like, man, Poopy wouldn't have came from here. And I'm like, bro, I just don't want to be around nobody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I ended up going into a dark place when she passed. You know what I'm saying? I went to a dark place. I was at work. I ain't want to talk to nobody, no nothing. Like, I ain't want to talk to nobody. So as I'm crying and stuff, you know, I got a headache. They're like, we gonna go to Chewy's. Now, this is where this play comes full circle with my mom and my brother. My mom was like, you go need me before I need you, and I'm gonna turn your whole freaking family, she said the other word, against you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. And I'm like, all right, Hannah, we about to get ready to go to Chewy's and this, that, and the third or whatever. So my mom and my brother didn't have a ride. First, it was my mom. So my mom's like, I ain't got no ride and this. And I'm like, well, we got a van right now. You know, we got the kids and stuff like that. And, you know, I literally sucked it up like, you know what?
No, take her.
I'm going to take you. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I ain't got no money. I was like, I'll pay for your Chewy's. Don't even worry about it. We'll pay for it and stuff. And Hannah was like, well, if I got you, I'll sit on the floor. I'm like, you ain't sitting on the floor. She about to sit in the back. My mama right there. I'm like, no, she go sit in the back. The way she treated you and the way she treated us and stuff like that, bro, she better be thankful that she's getting in our car. She could sit in the back. And people heard me say it, and I'm looking like, nah, I'm serious. You ain't, I don't care if that's your mother-in-law. She don't act like a mother-in-law. She don't act like a mother. She could sit in the back. So if she needs to sit on the floor, she can sit on the floor. Hannah looks at me like, because she ain't never seen me talk like that. I'm like, no, I'm so serious, bro. She can sit on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And then my brother was there, and then my mom started talking to my brother and stuff, because she walked off after that. It was kind of embarrassing. I wasn't trying to embarrass her. I was being blunt and real with her. Because remember your words. You go need me before I need you. And I'm going to turn your whole family against you. That was me having like a moment of like, and I prayed to ask God forgive me for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what I said. So after that, you know what I'm saying? She just started doing like this, like pulling her hair and stuff. Because she's saying like, oh, my son do not mess with me. No, I don't. No, I'm not finna sit here and be fake with you and stuff. So she started talking to my brother and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting in the car. And then Tyler like, hey, cuz, you want me to wait for y'all, bro? Remember what I told you in the dream? Somebody was trying to block me from going somewhere. And I was like, nah, go ahead. I'll meet y'all there. Remember, I told you, their daughter was in the car with them. Their daughter stayed home at the homegoing services with Hannah. But they went to the after part of it and stuff, and we all went to Aunt Tracy's house and stuff like that. Remember, I told her, I said, nah, go ahead, I'll meet y'all there. I'm sitting in the driver's seat like this. Tyler pulls up next to me, hey, cuz. I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, bro, you about to go ahead and hit the Chewy's in a minute. You want me to go ahead and wait for y'all? I said, nah, go ahead. I'll meet y'all there. I was like, wait a minute. I said, hold on, wait a minute. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, wait, that's my dream. You know what I'm saying? So my mom called my brother. He's like, your brother need a ride too. And I was like, what? Need a ride? Like, where? It's like, yeah, we got to go to Chewy's and stuff like that. And I'm like, he was like, I ain't got no money. And my exact words, I be dang if I pay for you and her at the way y'all treated her and me at our wedding. I be danged. I didn't say dang though. I be danged I pay both of y'all away. Y'all got me messed up, bro. We ain't going. I'm taking y'all home. And as I'm driving, I'm still thinking about, go ahead, I'll meet y'all there. I'm slapping the steering wheel. Bah, 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 bah. I called Tyler. Like, my mom and my brother in the car. I'm like, cuz, you remember what I told you about that dream this morning? He like, yeah, what you mean though? I said, cuz, what did I just tell you? He said, oh, snap. I'll meet y'all there. Left hand. This is exactly what I did. Go ahead. I'll meet y'all there. I said, because didn't I say my brother was trying to block me from going somewhere? He was like, yeah. I said, bro, it was Chewy's. I'm not going, bro. He said, what? I said, nah, cuz I'm not going. He like, what you mean you ain't going? I said, bro, I'd be danged. I didn't say dang, but I said, I'm not paying his way and her way. I was going to pay my mom's way. But then he saying he ain't got no money. I ain't paying her.
So Chewy's was for like after the celebrate, y'all was gonna be eat there as a family.
So we are. Tracy had a lot of food and chicken and stuff already there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The was over there for hours.
Yeah.
So some people just wanted to go to Chewy's. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, just to go because it's our family. We here. Tracy stayed back. Said left with his friend and stuff. It's her brother and stuff. But everybody else was like, oh, we can go here. I didn't want to go at first.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest, I didn't want to go. You know what I'm saying? My cousin's like, come on, T, nah, cuz we up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had cousins from Saginaw, we had cousins from Michigan is Saginaw, we had cousins from Dallas and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and go. So yeah, that was the thing. But then when my brother talking about he ain't got a ride, and y'all say, bro, you could have asked all them people, bro. But the same thing that y'all turned y'all backs on, the same person y'all end up needing though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was just looking like, dang, all right. I was going to pay my mom way and stuff and everything. But then when my brother told me he ain't got no money either, I just looked. And it made me flash back to like, bro, my wedding day. And I was like, I'd be dang, bro, to pay for you and her after the way you treated her and me on our wedding day. I said, y'all got me messed up, bro. I ain't going. I'm about to take y'all home. Because he lived in Columbus, but he was there with my mom and stuff like that. Y'all can go back over there, bro. And I took her back on Montgomery Road. And I was on my way there. That's when I called Ty. Like, you remember my dream? He was like, you said, no, y'all go ahead. I'll meet y'all there. He said, dang, cuz you did say that this morning. I said he wasn't trying to block me from the home going. It was Chewy's. And I'm like, that's partially my fault too, because I'm not paying for him and her way, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. Not at all. So I took them home. And my mom was like, oh, y'all live right here. You want to come in? Nope. I don't want to come in, bro. Now, mind you, I got all this stuff going through my head, too, with her touching and, you know, my daughter and stuff like that. And so my brother was like, he gave me that look. He like, man, bro. I'm like, nah, I'll let y'all later. Went home. You can see the hurt in my brother's eyes. Like, damn, my little brother don't mess with me. And I was like, this is y'all actions. Don't get mad at my reaction. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, after that, you know what I'm saying? Like a month exactly after that, our other cousin, our first cousin, my aunt's oldest child, twin, Chanel, passed away. So when Nellie passed away, I ended up reaching out to my brother and stuff because my aunt was supposed to be in Columbus at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out like, hey, bro, man, look, first I had my little cousins up. I hit Dale Man and Little Terrell up. Like, cuz, man, I'm sorry for y'all lost this, that, and third. Y'all need anything, let me know, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So I hit them up, let them know what's going on. Hit my big brother up, like, hey, they said Lawanda was being close. Nobody ain't heard from Lawanda yet, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, Chanel just passed, bro. If you ain't know, bro, da-da-da-da-da. I've been on the phone with grandma already and stuff, too. He tell me,
I think you're ready to feed the babies.
That's fine. He like, yeah, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I look like you know, but like again, can't hit a person up, can't talk to him and let him know anything. You know what I'm saying? Aunt Tori was always the one that called me when somebody passed. It's honest to God true. Anytime I found out it was like that. And then for the funerals and stuff, you know, I didn't find out about funerals to the day of or the day before. You know, my great grandma's funeral, my great aunt Linda's funeral, and my first cousin Chanel's funeral. I didn't find out until either the day of or the day before. And all three of their funerals was all back in Michigan, back in Saginaw. So those are the reasons why I didn't come. Me and Aunt Tori talked about this because she was upset up about me and stuff like that. I was like, I truly didn't know. Nobody hit me up and told me anything. And I don't expect, like, you know what I'm saying, her or her daughter to hit me up on their mother and grandmother's passing and stuff like that. That's enough on them already. But nobody told me anything, and I live in a whole nother state. So that's why I did not come, because I didn't have the time. I didn't get told in enough time for me to come, and I live 7 hours away. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the time to take off work. I just can't go from, oh yeah, I'm here. I couldn't do that. But yeah. But that's gonna be the end of this video. I know I was everywhere with this video. I really don't like talking about these type of things, but I have to, because God wants me to talk about these things, because it's gonna help the next person. This is his testimony at the end of the day. This is my testimony that God wants me to get out to the people. Like everybody I have wholeheartedly forgave. You know? But this is our testimony. Love y'all. We thank y'all. I'm out. Say bye, Treasure. Bye, Treasure. Say bye.
Oh, it's cold.
I mean, they've been sitting there for a minute. Say bye, Treasure. Bye, Treasure. Treasure Bear. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's a little Poopy. It's Poopy number 2. Say bye. You gonna say bye, babe? I just got Treasure here bouncing right now.
Okay. Yeah.
She laughing.
Oh, you want me to say
I just got Treasure here being happy.
Well, we want to thank you all for the support and love. Please subscribe to our channel, like, share, because it helps support our video. You can also just, do a thumbs up if you want to. But I gotta feed these babies. My boys are upstairs playing, so I'm about to get ready to feed them because my son has school tomorrow. So, bye guys.